They call it the Acer Swift Go 16, and in this video, let's unbox it. Now, this is actually a pre-production model. The final one has yet to come out, and I know that recently I had a video talking about how I only wanted to review stuff that you can purchase, that you can actively go after watching this video and purchase. However, this is a laptop that I wanted to get my eyes on and talk about in a way that says, okay, should you wait for this model or should you go for another 16-inch on the market? Now, in this video, we're gonna look at the build quality of the laptop. We're gonna look at the screen, see how it looks, and we're gonna see, okay, is this something that you would want to wait for later down the road, or are there other models on the market that you'd be interested in picking up? So that's why I'm filming this video. I wanted to get this out in front of you guys and get my opinions on it even before we get to the ability to benchmark it. So I won't be able to benchmark this laptop, but I am going to be able to look at the build and usability. There's the weight and thickness coming up on the screen. I like the look of it. It really is reminiscent of the Acer Swift X, the Acer Swift 3 OLED, the 14-inch models, but obviously this is a bigger model. Now, looking at the top cover, we have aluminum top cover, aluminum bottom cover, side panels, and most likely aluminum keyboard deck. I'm going to sneak peek it, not going to let you guys see it quite yet. Yep, aluminum keyboard deck. Now, on the left side panel, we have two USB Type-Cs, an HDMI, and a USB Type-A. On the right side panel, we have a USB Type-A, headphone jack, and a micro SD card reader. So right there, that's something that I'm not stoked about. I'm not sure why micro SD card readers continue to make it on these laptops. I don't know who is telling manufacturers that this is a port that like everybody wants. Like it's a second best to an SD card reader. This just doesn't make sense to me, because including a full-size SD card reader makes more sense because you can put a micro SD card into a full-size SD card converter and then put it into a full-size SD card slot. However, you can't shrink down a full-size SD card to fit in a micro SD card reader slot. It just isn't making sense to me. So right there, right off the bat, I mean, it's not like it dings it because some laptops don't even include a micro SD card reader, but I want to see more full-size SD card readers, especially that I'm reviewing laptops for a creative professional. Here is your charger block. Not a guarantee that this is the exact charger block that it will come with. This is a 100-watt power supply charger block, so put that over there for now. Let's go ahead and check out the build quality on the bottom cover. As we check out the edges here, marking around it, it looks like it's put together nicely. No catchy edges. I like the aluminum finishings. Let's do a quick tap test here. I like that they have the middle screw here. The reason being is when they can mount it in the center, it removes a lot of that rattliness in the tap test. So it sounds very well secured to the chassis. Now on the top cover, you can see there's a little bit of that rattliness in the middle because there's nothing obviously securing the top cover down in the middle, but on the bottom cover there is. So nice move putting that screw on the center. We have some nice ventilation here on the back, and then our speakers come out here on the bottom cover. Let's go ahead and do a quick open and close test. Does not open with one hand, so this will be a nice two-handed open. We do have a little bit of ergo lift there. You can see as the laptop lifts up, so for some good ventilation coming up underneath the bottom. And getting a look at the screen for the first time, nice 16-inch panel, opens up to about 45 degrees, doesn't open up flat. We have a numpad here on the right of the keyboard. This is a fingerprint reader, power button. It feels a little rattly, to be totally honest. So hopefully in the full production model that gets a little bit better, but that feels a little bit rattly. And then the keyboard, nice short to medium key press. Keys are a little bit on the smaller side. You have your brightness, speaker, airplane mode, and then you can change your keyboard brightness as well right here. This is an OLED display, so we're gonna have bright brights, dark darks, really strong colors, and then of course you're gonna have a very sharp image, being that this is a 3K display. The Swift Go 16 is going to come with up to an Intel 13th Gen 8 series processor, but the exact SKU they have not told us yet. Large trackpad here on the keyboard deck. I like the click. It has a very satisfying but quiet confirmation on the click. Really well done there with the trackpad. It's secured nicely to the chassis. I really like the build quality there on the trackpad. Now the screen bezel I'm not stoked with. It's very plasticky. It's that kind of old school, like 2010 plastic bezel. I wish they would refine this, maybe just extend the glossiness of the screen that far. It just feels a little on the low quality side, even to the tap. If I can get a little tap here. It's just that kind of cheap plastic sound. You can hear that there. So that would be one area of improvement if they could, before the production models hit the market, just improve that bezel. That'll create a much more beautiful quality view into the laptop. Because otherwise you have a thin, light aluminum build quality, well assembled, a nice keyboard with a short to medium key travel. There's just a few things that I've noticed, which would be the plastic bezel, that kind of rattly power button on the keyboard deck, and then the micro SD card reader. Just a few little annoyances that I have. But overall, I think Acer has something nice here. Now the upgrade path is something we're not able to dive into right now. When we get a full production model, we'll check out the upgrade path, the CPU, and see everything that's available on the internals of the laptop. Definitely let me know if you want me to get a full production model of this laptop. Comment below if this is a laptop that interests you. I really would love to get your feedback just off of the build quality assessment of the laptop, the usability, the keyboard, the trackpad. What are your thoughts? I'll see you guys here in the next video.